So, in this final session, the final module of our 4-week Elite Life Balance Challenge that we've been running through together over the past month, that we covered the topic of facing discomfort. It's such an important topic because in order to become the person that we want to become, our future version of ourselves that we're going to fall in love with to create and shape the reality that we want to live, we need to let go of our current self. And what that also means is stepping into uncertainty, stepping into discomfort, stepping into something and doing things, approaching life and everything that it is that we're creating in a different and new way. Which, if we've never done it before, of course it's going to be uncomfortable. And so we did a brainstorm on how everyone has already faced so much discomfort within the last 4 weeks together. And it's really, I love this conversation because one, the conversation's already in itself is uncomfortable. And there is all sorts of vulnerabilities that come up. Really being seen is uncomfortable. Admitting things that we didn't even want to admit to ourselves, but then saying it to someone else, even being in a Zoom room with this level of engagement is uncomfortable. There is also other things like taking responsibility for something that you'd rather someone else have ownership for, or facing our personal reality being that in which we don't want, or we'd prefer it not to be, and realize that we've actually created that. And there was many things. I've got a whole list here. Doing or taking action on things that we wouldn't normally would want to do. Even doing nothing is taking action. If you're the kind of person that's an overfunctioning, overperforming kind of person, you know how uncomfortable it is to sit and do nothing. And sitting and do nothing is doing something. It's doing something that you've never done before or really do before. For me, it's admitting that I'm not perfect and I still don't have all my shit figured out. That's really uncomfortable to connect with that at times. And it's such an important conversation because another way that we can see discomfort is really uncertainty. And it's like what my personal mentor and coach, and who I've learned so much from, Remy Pearson, she says that the number one criteria to success is the ability to navigate uncertainty. And what that means is in my opinion, is to make decisions in the face of challenge. Yet, how many people are not very good at this? And just reflect on yourself for a moment, even. I think most people aren't good at it until we come up with the decision-making criteria. Because what we'll do is, say in a situation where there's no right or wrong, any option could work, but you're totally unsure which way to go, what to do. Maybe you've got a really great offer, you're in a great position, you get another really great offer. Do you give up what you've got, the fear of missing out for something better and it not working? Could you handle it? And so what do you do in this situation? Lots of people would go and get advice from others, find another expert in this space, follow legalities as the only possible option, do what someone else has done. But notice how when we just follow the leader and be the sheep, which I mean this in a nice way, it's what most of us do, it's demonstrated to us and how it is that we're taught to behave in these situations. Notice how in this situation, all we're doing is outsourcing our certainty. Because if we had the certainty within ourselves, we would draw on that. And so the outcome is not only we'll just get the outcome of whoever decided for us based on whose advice we followed, but would also be neglecting our own or diminishing the chance for us to build our own internal certainty. That's what we're giving up here. And if we never build up or build a strong level of internal certainty, and another word for internal certainty or self-certainty is confidence, if we don't have that, how are we ever going to discover our ability to know that we can handle whatever's coming our way? And where does self-trust land in all of this conversation? So as we're going through this conversation, we're like, well, how is this so important? We all landed on this epiphany, if you like, that if the criteria to creating success, and no matter which element or aspect of life it is, and the number one criteria is to navigate uncertainty, make decisions in the face of challenge, build the certainty within ourselves so we can really build the self-trust, well, wouldn't we go and seek more discomfort, more uncertainty, give ourselves the ability to handle more hardships or hard shit in our lives, so we can give ourselves the opportunity to become even more able, whole, and complete to handle greater levels of challenge, greater levels of discomfort, navigate it with grace, and get really fantastic outcomes? Wouldn't that be just an awesome thing to go and do? Now that you've heard this, I trust you're going, well, hell yeah, let's do that. But until we have this conversation, most people, everyone on the call was kind of like, I'd never previously thought about it that way. Of course not. No one teaches this. So it was a really fantastic conversation. The final module of the 4-week challenge, and of course the workbook that I've got here, the action sheet, really builds up this journey and where it is that we go next as a result of going through all of what it is that we've gone through and connecting with our internal world to create as much time as what it is that we want for what's important, to feel really great while doing it, presence, focused in the moment, and of course feeling a level or a sense of internal accomplishment and success and whatever it is that we're tending to, whether it's within business, within family, within relationships, within taking our own self-care and building up who we are and connecting with who we are so we can navigate this chaotic world out there and love the journey. So if you've been loving this conversation, thank you so much. I want to say thank you so much for joining in. If you've been loving this conversation, you've missed any of the previous ones, go back, check those out. If you love the full set of the recordings, let me know. I am making it available in the coming days or maybe weeks, and we can get you in on that with all the activity sheets. I don't think I'm going to be running this program again, but we have some fabulous recordings, so do jump on them, and I'd love to rock out with you in our private community area, which I'll give you access to as well, of course, so we can make it even more like a live experience for yourself and where you're at. So if you've loved it, comment below, let me know, and I can't wait to meet you at some stage and continue to work together. Ciao for now.